He's an ex-thief, she's an ex-cop. They're married, they're crazy, and they're childless. So they kidnap a quintuplet and try their hand at raising Arizona. Holly Hunter and Nicolas Cage star in this offbeat comedy. Next on Prism.
Hold your horses! Yeah! Ira! How'd you get this number? No, I'm doing this one on my own. I got new partners. Jack Colton and Joan Wilder. Jack! We're romancing a new kind of stone called the Jewel of the Nile. I practically got it in my hands right now. The only thing stopping me is this big shot Arab who stole it. And is not too thrilled to part with it. Look out! But that's only the tip of the iceberg. How do you stop this thing? If we get out of this alive, I'm gonna kill you. Look, Ira, I can't talk anymore. I think somebody wants to use the phone. Look, I gotta go. And if I gotta go, you gotta go.
It's an adventure.
You stole an airplane from the Air Force. You had a girl and an open bottle of champagne in the cockpit.
I'm through. I'm dead. I'm done.
When Jimmy Garrett joined the Air Force, he knew he'd learn about leadership.
So why didn't you go to the Air Force Academy?
My instructors felt that I was spending too much time concentrating on football.
Football?
I ran a betting pool.
He'd meet interesting people.
Could I buy you a drink?
He'd work with space-age technology.
This is going to be a whole new experience. I just hope I'm up to it.
No, not you. Them.
These are monkeys.
But he never thought he'd meet anyone like Virgil.
Be a good boy, okay? Come here. Be a good little chimp. Friend.
Fast break. Ready? Dunk it. Good.
Throttle forward. That's it.
Come up.
Up. Go up. That's right, pull it back. That's good.
Well, some very impressive flying there, Garrett.
Hey, Chimp Yeager. Give me 5.
It was a top-secret project, and only Virgil knew the truth.
What's he doing?
I don't know, man. I mean, I've never seen this before.
I don't believe it. Out. Hurry. Help.
I think your animal is best qualified for our demonstration.
What's wrong?
Virgil. You have to get him out of here.
Somebody lied to me. What am I supposed to believe?
Listen, they are doing top secret work here. If anybody knew that I even talked to you, I could be charged with treason. How fast can you get him out of here?
Sam, there's nothing you can do about it, man.
Matthew Broderick, Project X.
Uh-oh, it seems that Prism has ruffled a few feathers at the Philadelphia Zoo. There are so many movies with animals in them all this month on Prism that the folks at the zoo are worried that no one will come out and see real animals at the zoo. Camel humps. Send your name, address, the number of people in your family, and the titles of 2 March Prism movies with animals in them to this address. If you're right, we'll send you back 2 free passes to the Philadelphia Zoo. That way you can enjoy great Prism movies and a great zoo, too. This is Mark Zumoff. Speaking, that is.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Sunday Night Prism Sports Report. I'm Ken Adelberger. The Sixers' road losing streak is over. It began 20 games ago on December 28th in Phoenix and ended this afternoon at the Market Square Arena in Indianapolis against the Pacers. Of course, the odds against it ending soon were getting greater and greater. Just the 6th road win of the regular season for the Sixers thus far. Good day for Charles Barkley. He was in the lineup after suffering that spill in Madison Square Garden on Friday night against the Knicks. It was the Pacers on the board early. 3-pointer, Chuck Person, 19-12, Pacers on top. Charles Barkley tracking down John Long, the miss, but there's Person with the rebound and the score 31-22, the Pacers. Second quarter, Sixers going a 14-2 spurt, capped by Gerald Henderson's 3-pointer, and the Sixers actually have the lead, 36-33. Vern Fleming, Wayman Tisdale, combine. Inside layup there by Tisdale. The foul by Robinson. 42-38 Indiana. Indiana in transition, but Person loses the ball. Charles Barkley solo, coast to coast for the Jam, and we have a 50-50 tie. Second half action, Mike Jaminski will give the Sixers a 63-62 lead off the Barkley assist, and newly acquired David Henderson will come in off the screen and knock in a little 17-footer. Indiana, though, up by 1 in the fourth quarter. Gerald Henderson with some pressure on Vern Fleming, but Person will get it on the back door for an easy 2. Philadelphia up by 3 at 90-87. On the break, Jaminski, Cliff Robinson, and Jaminski tapping in his own miss, 95-87, the Sixers. Then watch the Pacers. They'll inbound to John Long. He looked for 3, but his foot's on the line, so it's just a 2, and it's 101-100. Philadelphia with 17 seconds to go. And there is Gerald Henderson, Albert King rather, a couple free throws to cinch it. The Sixers go on to win today, 105-100. As they said, they end that 20-game road losing streak. Charles with 29 and 16 boards. Pacers' 4th straight loss. Meanwhile, Boston, a big winner today. Bird with 31, Danny Ainge with 21, McHale with 20. The final in that, 127-98. Sixers return home tomorrow evening against the Lakers here on Prism at 7:30. Those Lakers in Dallas this afternoon to take on the Midwest Division leaders in the West Conference. We pick it up first quarter. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the behind-the-back pass to Byron Scott for the Jam. LA up by 8. Lakers running. Magic Johnson feeds Worthy for the easy deuce, 36-22. Lakers on top. End of the first half. Magic penetrates, and we'll leave it for AC Green. He will score, and then on the inbounds, some sloppy play here by the Pacers. Worthy will score off the steal to give the Lakers a commanding 60-42 lead at the half. Second half action, Dallas will try to rally. Derek Harper will give the Pacer fans the Dallas fans some hope anyway. And we pick it up. Blackman throws the ball away, picked up Magic Johnson. Gives it to Worthy for another easy 2, 93-78. Magic on the receiving end this time. He goes back door, and the Lakers up by 96-82, 4.5 to go. Magic and Byron Scott combine again. The fadeaway jumper, 108-97. The Lakers win today, and they end Dallas's 11-game winning streak. Byron Scott with 28. Worthy with 23, Mark Aguirre 27 for Dallas. Meanwhile, they are in the third quarter at the Silver Dome in Pontiac, Michigan. Detroit by 2 over Milwaukee, 60-58. We'll have plenty more Prism Sports to come your way tonight. Temple, Flyers, and Phillies are yet to come when Prism Sports returns in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Mike, a lot of people are into walking as an exercise these days. What's new in walking shoes?
Well, news from Nike is the Nike Air Max Walker, which incorporates a very soft glove leather for comfort and Nike's patented air system for cushion. Reebok has a walking shoe also, which is soft and flexible, but incorporates a high trail spring system. So if you're into walking, walk to Foot Locker.
At Morgantown, West Virginia this evening in Atlanta, 10 quarterfinal action. The Temple Owls easily defeated the Duquesne Dukes for the 3rd time this season to advance to the semifinals Tuesday. Let's check the highlights of that one. John Chaney leading his #1 ranked Owls into the Coliseum in Mountaineer country, this is. Tim Perry off the board early in this, or out of his game actually. They took it away from him. Get some inside work there about midway through the first quarter of the Jam. Temple up by 2. Mike Vrieswick will then hit from the 3-pointer. His bread and butter, 27-14. Temple starting to run away with it. Watch Howard Evans. He will find Mark Macon going to the basket for the easy layup. Owls 38-25, a commanding lead at halftime. Second half action, Temple will break it open. Macon again with the running baseline half hook, and the Owls go up by 22, 54-33. Tim Perry one more time inside. He hits the short jumper and gets fouled. Owls up by 21. They go on to win today 77-57. However, in the game prior to that one, West Virginia and St. Bonaventure, Darrell Prue of West Virginia will find Tyrone Shaw inside for the reverse layup. West Virginia on top, 43-32. Sam Graham will knock in a 17-footer for St. Bonaventure, but they lose 57-40 to West Virginia. We can tell you now that Temple will play the winner of the Penn State-St. Joe game, that to be played tomorrow at 9 o'clock, and that game will be semifinal action to be played on Tuesday. And there you see West Virginia beating St. Bonaventure. Meanwhile, in the ECC semifinals, Lehigh, a 2-point winner today over Lafayette, and Towson State, who beat Drexel yesterday, playing on their home court, using it to their advantage. They beat Ryder today by 3. The final in that one, 59-56. In the Big East play now, on the final day of the regular season for both Pittsburgh and Syracuse, and the Big East regular season championship on the line, 32,000 on hand at the Carrier Dome in Syracuse. Pittsburgh on the break. Jerome Lane will slam it on home, 18-8, Pitt on top. Ronnie Cycli for Syracuse in the low post will get the short jumper, 33-21. Paul Evans looks on somewhat dejected, but he'll be much happier when Charles Smith in the second half will hit the short jumper, 81-79. The Panthers go on top. Then Jerome Lane again will put it on the floor and drive the left-handed layup, and Pittsburgh up by 4 at 83-79. Syracuse with the game's last possession. They need a 3 to tie. Sherman Douglas misses one. Earl Duncan will get it back. He'll try another. They'll have to settle for a 2, but it won't be enough as Pittsburgh goes on to win today by 1, the final 85-84. Let's tell you about some national action today. As we mentioned, Pitt, they win the Big East outright. Jerome Lane with 29 points and 15 rebounds. They are the 1-point winner. In ACC action, North Carolina and Duke, Kevin Strickland, 24 points for Duke. Quinn Snyder with 21, and Duke beats North Carolina today 96-81. Elsewhere, Wake Forest, they lose today to North Carolina State. Vinny Del Negro with 24 points for NC State, and Ralph Kitley 22 for Wake Forest. Some bad news for St. John's Redmond basketball fans, perhaps. In a game yesterday against Providence, forward Jason Williams threw a chair into the stands after he had been ejected for fighting. He has since been charged with assault, and he now has a date in court in Providence on Tuesday. Now, under the Big East new fighting policy, he will be suspended from the opening game of the conference tournament. On to the Flyers in action this afternoon at the Meadowlands in the final game of a 6-game road trip. Battered, bruised, and broken they were. They needed a win today to stay in first place in the Patrick Division. The Devils needed a win just to make the playoffs, and it turns out the Devils were the more desperate of the two. Brad Marsh and company looking on. They will find Patrick Sundstrom on the power play, get the first goal of the game for the New Jersey Devils, his 12th of the season, just a minute 58 into the game. They ended 1-0 Devils at the end of the first period. Second period, Flyers tie it. Murray Craven will get credit for this one, though it goes off Craig Willanen's stick as he tries to make the big defensive play right there. 1-1 in the second for Craven, his 24th. Peter Zezel then off the faceoff will beat Patrick Sundstrom and get to the loose puck for his 19th of the season.